大家好，那么晚上来 live 干嘛呢？现在已经新加坡大概10点吧，对不对？现在是新加坡10点了。其实呢也没有为什么啦，就是呢想跟大家聊聊天，也是顺便呢 test 一下我的那个 WiFi 的 quality 啊。因为呢我刚刚就换了自己一个生活的地方，也换了一个新的 WiFi，因为现在的就是那个 WiFi 呢跟以前那个公司是不一样的，所以呢，我也得需要 fine tune 那个 WiFi 的那个 quality 啊，所以就上来 live 了，顺便也是 test out 一下那个 live 做的时候，为什么？因为昨天我做 live 的时候，那个 video quality 非常的不好了，非常的蒙。所以今天就想再上来 live test 一下哈。昨天呢，就是因为呢我忘记选那个 那个 5.0 的那个5G 的那个 internet，所以呢就看起来整个 live 都非常的慢哈。那今天我终于就是 fine tune 了那个 setting 一下了哈，就现在看起来我的那个 live 应该是会比较清楚啊。因为呢，今天呢，只是随缘的上来了，所以其实就跟大家聊聊天啦，所以谢谢 Mr. Joey Show 的观看了哈。所以呢，如果你们呢，就是昨天嘛，听到我的那个讲解哦，有点不清楚的话呢，其实我今天是可以重复的跟大家再讲解一次的哈。那我就随缘顺其自然的这样跟大家分享了，好不好？那其实呢，除了分享一些八字紫微斗数的就是有看到Mr. Joey 说的 feedback 哦，就是现在的那个video quality 好很多了，对不对？还有那个 sound 也是很好了，对不对？那我很高兴哦，因为呢，其实什么东西都是一模一样的，永远都是需要 fine tune。也等于风水一样啊，很多人以为呢，我们在家里面某一个地方放了一些什么聚宝盘放了一些风水物它就会突然间发大财的。可是并不是这样子的，等于风水也是一样。其实呢，风水呢跟我们电脑嘛，其实差不多的。好，因为呢，本身它背后是有一个 logic 在里面的。可是只要你某一个 setting 有点错的话呢，你整个 programming 都会错，然后那个 program 就不会 function 了。所以呢，因为昨天呢 share 到有点真的那个不太好了，因为 share 到不停的断昨天的声音，对不对？所以可能我今天就再 share 多一次昨天说的不清楚的地方，我可能今天再跟大家讲解一次 ，alright? So actually the reason why I'm on live right now is really because yesterday the live that I conducted was really very blurred due to the fact that I have moved house and I have subscribed to a new internet company. I realized that there are two internet speed available for me to choose. The first one is actually what I call the 2.5 gigabyte internet. Thank you very much for watching, and so a long time no see. So what I did yesterday is that I actually used the 2.5 gigabyte internet instead of the 5.0 or the 5G internet. So yesterday the connection was really very bad. Okay, so I'm glad that as according to Mr. Joey, so my video quality and audio is good today. How about Angie? So is it clear from for you also, Angie? So long time no see, right? So now I'm in Thailand, so I just ordered myself some coconut water. All right, Thailand is very convenient actually, right? If you are someone who love coconut like me, right, you can actually order this kind of coconut meat, right? They will peel out the coconut meat for you. Okay, so all you need to do, right, like even late at night, now it's about 9:20 in Thailand. All you need to do is just to pick up your Grab and order the coconut. They will peel out the meat for you. All right, I love coconut, so that's the reason why I love to stay in Thailand. Okay, so this is my dessert actually, right? Right. Sometimes when you are at night, right? Like because right sometimes I forget to eat vegetable or fruits during the daytime. So at night I like to eat some vegetable. So it's very convenient in Thailand. You can always order this kind of fresh coconut water. how much is that? I order about 4 bottles altogether. Okay, I order 4 bottles of this coconut water. It's only about $6 Singapore, $6 Singapore. So it's very cheap. Okay, so if you're someone who like to eat fruits, like to eat coconut, Thailand is a good place, right? Because they grow all the vegetable and fruits by themselves. Okay, I'm glad to know that my sound is very clear today, and the video quality is clear as according to Angie. So thank you very much for the feedback. Okay. So I really I personally love to stay in Thailand. Additionally, because Thailand is very close to nature. Okay, perhaps right, I will take this opportunity to share some photos with you. Perhaps we will not talk about Bazi today, right? Perhaps we'll change topic. We will talk about the nature in Thailand. Okay, there are a lot of beautiful places in Thailand actually. So without further ado, let me first share my screen and do a test. Hopefully I will not hang. Okay, because I'm still fine tuning all the setting of the live. Okay, because I'm not in Singapore. In Singapore, internet is fast. All my desktop are available, right? So I don't really have to worry. But now I'm in Thailand. Usually, the internet is not as ideal, okay, but it is still tolerable. So perhaps I will just share some photos with you guys, all right, of the natural places in Thailand, okay. Um, so forget about all the wordings. This is actually called Senior Park. I'm not sure if any of you guys have been to this Senior Park before. It's really a very nice place. Okay, perhaps I will try to adjust. Okay, this will be a better setting, right? Okay, so Senior Park is actually you know that there's this single beer in Thailand. There's this single beer. Of course, this is me here. All right, this is me here touching the palm of the singer. All right, Thailand. So I was wearing long sleeve. So it's really a good place. I'm sharing actually from the my mobile phone. Okay, so this is some of the photos. I'm not sure if it is able to be increased in terms of the size, but some of the photos just sharing with you. You can actually find all these photos in my another Facebook page that is called Retired Thai. Okay, if you are interested, I will just type it at the at the comment. Okay, I have another page called Retired Thai. All right, so y'all can do a search. All right, or perhaps I will just put it at the banner. All right, you can do a search and you will see my face there. Okay, my another page is called Retired Thai. Okay, the page is really just for information sharing. It's not a business in any sense as of now. But I believe that throughout the world, okay, actually, okay, you can see my wordings here, Retired Thai. This is my another page name, okay, it's called Retired Thai. So right, having based in Thailand for so many years, right, and also having stayed in various provinces, including Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Lampang, Chiang Rai, various places. I realized that Thailand is actually a rather livable place in the sense that living expenses here is really not so high, and there are many beautiful places to go to, like what I'm sharing with you right now. Okay, many beautiful places to go to. This is a Singapore Park. I will see if I can rotate my phone. Oh, okay. So I can rotate my phone and show you a bigger phone. All right. All right. I believe the internet connection sometimes will just kind of become jerky. Am I still clear at the moment? So hopefully it's still clear. Okay, so anyway, I will continue to share with you the photo. Senior Park is a park that is built by the Senior company, right? The beverage company by called Senior. So inside the Senior Park, you can see a lot of beautiful flowers, etc. and of course you have a zoo inside, like having giraffe. And overall, it's a very relaxing place to go to. All right. Of course, there are really so many photos that I can show you, but you guys can go to my retired Thai page to see all the beautiful places I have been to in Thailand. And hopefully you guys will like the page. All right. And beside Singapore, all right, Pat Yao is another beautiful place. This is called Pat Yao. Legend has it that Pat Yao, inside the lake of Pat Yao, there are lagas. Lagas are like water dragon, right, in Thai legend. So this is a very beautiful lake, also in northern Thailand. At night there will be laser show. Okay. So really, there are really a lot of beautiful places. Okay, because I really can't share all my photos. There are so many. For example, this place is called Wawi. Wawi is really near to the border of Myanmar. So it's very beautiful. Likewise, so you can see, right? Thailand really have a lot of beautiful places to go to. This is another lake in northern Thailand. Okay, this place should be in Namban, if I'm not wrong. Right? Seems my internet connection is not moving too smoothly, and so perhaps I will just close my application and restart over again. Anyway, so you guys can go to my Facebook page called Retired Thai, and then uh, you know browse through the photos there and take it as of the various uh, visit worthy places to go to. All right, when you are in Thailand. Okay, so seems like my tablet is hang again. Not sure why. Nonetheless, because today focus is still on Bazi reading, right? And on the Zoedo Su and Feng Shui sharing, let's talk about yesterday, right? If you guys were not so sure of what I was talking about yesterday, okay, so let me adjust the title first. All right, so actually, right, yesterday I have talked about the political drama in Singapore, as you all know, right? A lot of politicians, both parties, both in the BAB party and the Workers' Party, have committed some controversial kind of issues, which first of all is related to the right out road. Secondly, is related to the extramarital affairs, both in the Workers' Party and the PAP party. And thirdly, all right, recently one of the minister by the name of Iswaran is also arrested by CPIB, which led to various a lot of discussions online regarding their behaviors as members of the parliament. So yesterday, right, basically I have touched on some important points, right? First of all, is really because very different decade trend, right? Moving on. So as I had mentioned in yesterday's live, right? Singapore is of a Yiwu Day master, sitting on Wei, and in the month of Sun, definitely causing this day master to be a weak one. Therefore, the auspicious element for Singapore as a country is water. And currently, the decade trend that Singapore is going through is of a Chou-Wei clashes, which actually manifests in the sense as we can see in the government lately, in the parliamentary discussion, there are a lot of conflicts and a lot of times whereby ministers simply pick on each other's mistakes. All right, between the ruling party and the opposition party. A lot of times they just pick on the parliamentary language that was being used, or they kind of speak in such a way to put the other party in a negative light. And that is actually reflected due to the Chou clashes within the Singapore founding day chart. Chou clash is one of the most serious clashes in terms of Bazi reading. And if we look forward to the year 2025, Singapore is actually entering into the gunmetal day master. In terms of Bazi reading, metal element is always a element that represents great changes. If you look at how a wooden furniture is made, for example, when we want to make a wooden chair, we will cut down the wood, we will chop the wood into smaller pieces, then craft them. And these are all very transformative process. So metal element actually will represent great changes in the political landscape in Singapore, given that Singapore is entering into gunmetal trend from the year 2025 onwards. And as I have mentioned earlier on, also Singapore is a wood day master that needed the water and wood element for strengthening of the day master. So gunmetal will give pressure to Singapore. So in the future, after 2025, actually Singapore would be facing a lot of new challenges, both in terms of the political party and in terms of the social trend. In terms of social situation, a lot of people may find it hard to live in Singapore. As we can already observe recently, the high cost of living in Singapore, people are not able to buy houses, not able to buy cars, sometimes not even able to feed their families due to the high cost of living. Okay, so all these are situations that or problems that looking ahead will be faced by Singaporeans. As I've also mentioned, the top part of the Bazi chart, which are the heavenly stamps, represents the governing body of the country, whereas the lower earthly branches represent the population. And we can see, right, the rich will continue to hold a strong position due to this Yi and Jia kind of they or what we call heavenly stamps. Majority are of the wood pillar. So we can see the rich will get richer, but the poor will continue to be getting poor due to the fact that Chou clashes will continue to create more earth element within Singapore founding day chart. So this is not a healthy trend, and this is something that the government of Singapore must address in the future. Actually, they should address it right now. Okay, I don't know why, but it seems that a lot of politics are still holding back in terms of trying to change the situation dramatically in Singapore. For example, the low income, the minimum income kind of policy to help the lower income family is still yet to be implemented. I'm not sure if they will be implemented in the future, but I'm not sure. I'm in no position to judge the Singapore government. What I'm sharing here right now is all for educational purposes. But I believe the next generation of leader will have new solutions for the current problems that Singapore is facing. Because as I mentioned also, right, the new leader, right, our new political leader is Lawrence Wong. If we take a look at Lawrence Wong's birth chart, Lawrence Wong's birth chart is actually very strong in the water elemental energy, and which is what Singapore lead. Okay, he's of a Kui water day master, born in the year of Renzhi, meaning month Renzhi as well, a very strong water day master. Therefore, I do hope that under the leadership of Mr. Lawrence Wong, Singapore will prosper, continue to prosper, and be successful, hopefully. Because if you look at the birth chart of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, likewise, he's of a very strong rainwater day master. And this rainwater is necessary for the growth and the nourishment of the Yiwood day master that Singapore belongs to. And that is also the reason why, as we all know, the Singapore mascot is always the Malayan fish. Right, as I've also talked about yesterday, the Malayan is basically of the metal enhancing water element due to the fact that lion is an animal that belongs to the metal element. Because lion is of the golden color, and that is a sign of, right, having a fish combining with a lion body will become an auspicious beast for Singapore. Because the Malayan is always discharging water, and that will actually help Singapore to prosper in terms of feng shui. So very interesting kind of mascot in Singapore. All right, we have never actually seen this kind of animal right in the world, or these mystical beasts, right? Mystical kind of imaginary beasts. But Singapore has actually been able to come up with this mascot, right? And behind it, actually, there's a feng shui reason. But I have also touched on the point, right? Even though Singapore is going to have a new prime minister, Mr. Lawrence Wong, but currently is still under the governance. I mean, the leader is still Lee Hsien Loong. And I also have explained, right? Lee Hsien Loong birth chart is actually clashing with the birth chart of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Mr. Lee Kuan Yew's the day pillar is of Ren Chen, whereas Lee Hsien Loong is of Bing Xu. And these heavenly stems and earthly branches are both clashing with each other. That's why I mentioned also that there's a difference in terms of the outlook and the beliefs of these two political leaders. For example, in during Singapore, during the time when Mr. Lee Kuan Yew was governing Singapore, he actually mentioned a statement that under his governance there should never be any casino. He actually made a statement that say, as long as I'm leaving, there will not be casino in Singapore. But as you can see right now, what has happened in Singapore is that Singapore has an integrated resort which has 2 casinos. And I'm not sure if in the future there will be more, but hopefully not, because I cannot say hopefully not. I'm just trying to say that hopefully, even if there will be more casino in the future, it will not create more gambling problems in the society. Hopefully, the government will look into that aspect, because it will not be too healthy overall speaking, right? Although some people will take it as a gaming as a kind of leisure, as a form of entertainment. I have also talked about Mr. Shanmugam's birth chart yesterday, which touched on the fact that he is actually his current decade trend is actually, and the yearly trend is actually going through a rather negative phase, due to the fact that this year 2023, all right, let me try to, you can see right this year 2023 that there's actually a clash between his yearly trend and his decade trend of the Mao You clashes， 就是毛有冲啊，在八字里面毛有冲是一个蛮厉害的一种冲的一个关系哦，通常是代表动荡哈，代表有一些不好的事情发生，尤其是呢，因为它是一个丁火日元哦，坐在一个亥卯未的一个局哦，一个命局是一个很纯的一个局，通常那个命局纯的人呢，都会非常的说命格，他们的地位都很高。So to repeat in English, right? Thank you very much for watching, Mr. Raymond. So I just want to touch on some of the points that I had mentioned yesterday, because yesterday the Wi-Fi connection was really terrible. So after some fine tuning, some setting modification, my Wi-Fi should be clear right now, more clear right now. Am I right, Mr. Raymond? Can I have a feedback from you also? Because that will be very important, given that I have to conduct live through this Wi-Fi. So can I ask Mr. Raymond, is my Wi-Fi better right now? Given that I have to conduct live through this Wi-Fi. So can I ask Mr. Raymond, is my Wi-Fi better right now? So I hope you are able to hear and listen clearly and see me clearly right now. Okay, Mr. Raymond, hopefully it's clear for you. So I just want to casually, just to touch some of the, revise with you some of the important sharings that I have done yesterday. Okay, so Mr. Shanmugam's chart is also having a clashing relationship. And thus, this year, 2023 will be a very tedious year for him, and that is full of challenges. Right after the Rideout Road incident, right, he has also been faced with several accusers that I'm not sure if it's true. You all can Google online. And another issue that has also been brought up recently is regarding racial harmony. There is actually a policeman who committed suicide right on the racial harmony day. And Mr. Shanmugam, as a law minister, I believe he actually has to really look into this aspect likewise, okay? Because I believe the police is also under his charge, so I believe a lot of problems will still come out and causing a lot of challenges to Mr. Shanmugam this year, right? But as according to CPIB, Mr. Shanmugam has done nothing wrong, and of course we also have to take it as that because CPIB, right? They actually have investigated the entire process. They have done everything without breaking any laws. So I also mentioned yesterday whether what they have done is right or wrong is really not for us to judge because laws and justice system are really just tools for the higher authority to control the population. So we can never say what they have done is right or wrong. We can only say what they have done is legal or illegal. But I also have mentioned yesterday, right? Why is it that so many political problems have occurred in Singapore this year? It's also because in terms of 紫微斗数 this year, Tang is having Huaji. Tang is a star that is related to desire and greediness, and also sexual. It comes with a sexual tone in terms of Tang, this star Tang. And usually when the star Tang is pairing with this negatively enhanced star, which is called Huaji. During that year, there will be major problems in the news, all right, usually happening that will become headlines, major headlines. For example, in Mr. Shanmugam's case, people, the public question him, why is it that he has to rent such a big house, the state-owned property, the black and white house, right? I mean, for us normal people, we actually will not want to live in such a huge house, all right? But of course, all right, as I mentioned before, they may be very rich. They are very wealthy, so they have a lot of money to afford a more luxurious lifestyle. But it is fine, right? If you have the money, it is okay to spend the money in whatever way you wish. And looking at Mr. Shanmugam's birth chart, indeed, he's going through a very positive decade trends. Since I would say, actually, he has really very good decade trends all the way since after the year 1990, about 1990, right after 1990, I believed he has already become a lawyer. And after that, all the way he's having what we call the direct officer and 7 killings trends. And then subsequently, the wealth trends, such as those starting from the year 2015, all the way, which will last all the way to the year 2035. All these 20 years from 2015 onwards will be the most positive years in his life. Given that he's a strong Ding Day master, these 20 years, which are of the metal element, will bring about extremely great wealth into his life. So his political problems that crop up in the year 2023 is likely to be temporary. But I will say in the year 2024 is not very positive for him also because he's of a strong Ding Fire Day Master, and strong Ding Fire Day Master is not positive to have resource factor to further strengthen his Day Master. But the year 2024 is of a Jia Wood, and this Jia Wood will further enhance the strength of the Ding Fire Day Master of Mr. Shanmugam. So I will foresee next year is likely to be another problematic year for him. He will have a lot of headache. And if we look back at the Singapore's birth chart, right, 2024 is likewise a turning point for Singapore politics. Because the year 2025 will be a period of time that Singapore is entering into a new decade trend. And I also have mentioned this before that usually a year before the exact time of, the exact time of turning into a new decade trend is actually a few months earlier. So drastic changes will take place in the year 2024 likewise. And if we have followed the news, the PAP government has actually announced that the next general election will be latest in November 2025. That is exactly where Singapore is also entering into the gun metal decade trend. And this gunmetal decade trend is not a stable one because the heavenly stem is clashing with the earthly branches. In terms of Bazi reading, there is a clash called Yin Shen Chong. This gunmetal, when translated or its very nature, is equivalent to sun metal. So from 2025 onwards, right, all the way from 2045, there's this wood clashing with metal kind of phenomena. Therefore, I will say Singapore will be experiencing a lot of drastic changes in the near future. Whereas you look back at the past years, the past history of Singapore, it's all earth trend that is not having any clash. From two, so okay, maybe we can start from 1995 onwards. Ding Hai. Ding Hai is actually having a kind of hidden combination. If you know that with Ding Hai, that is Ren water, and Ren will be pairing with Ding. Thus, the development will be stable. And Wuzi is likewise having these heavenly stems and earthly branch combination as Wu Tu, right? This Wu Earth is able to combine with Kui water, right? Wu Kui He. And Zicou is also, kind of okay due to the fact that both are of earthly branches. But looking ahead from 2025 onwards, or to be more accurate, few months or perhaps half a year before 2025, it will be of gun yin already. And that is a metaphor of wood clashing with metal. So the division of the ruling party and the opposition party will continue. There will definitely be more opposition party joining the parliament. So this is something that will be unavoidable in the near future. But I believe the PAP is likewise, they know that they are losing the stronghold and they will do some catch up in this area. Whatever catch up they will do, all right, we are not in any position, right, to pass any comments because we are just 我们都是小市民啦, all right, we are just tiny citizen of Singapore, so we cannot, to be honest, the only thing that we can change in Singapore is just a vote. What else can we change? We basically just have to listen to whatever laws or regulations the government passed down, right? We actually have no say. And even in terms of voting, no matter how, right, due to the GLC system, the chances will always be favoring the ruling party. Of course, we have to take into the consideration that is really due to the need to kind of what we call to facilitate or to make sure that there's a racial harmony between various ethnic groups. Thus, there is this GLC system. Right, but if we look at the last election, Singapore actually, in terms of the opposition and the ruling party, their vote is not the vote counts is not that different. So in the next election, really, I think is really going to have another very fierce competition between both parties. All right. Also, given that in terms of Bazi, right, from 2024 onwards, Singapore is entering into this gun metal decade trend. So we have to wait and see. Okay, we really have to wait and see, right? So another case, right, that is quite interesting to talk about, of course, is Nicole Seah. Right, Nicole Seah has also been a topic of discussion lately due to her extramarital affair. And Nicole Seah is actually also going through a self-conflict trend, all right? Let me close some window. So Nicole Seah is of Jia, Wood Day Master, having Yin Wu Xue as a fire combination formation at the bottom, and having Wu Earth and Big Fire at the heavenly stems. Currently, she's entering into the Wu, Jia Wu decade trend, which in Bazi is called the Fu Yin. Fu Yin is not an auspicious arrangement in terms of fast reading. Fu Yin, Ku Ku Ti Ti, or in Cantonese, there's a very terrible saying that goes, 福人福人，唔死自己死他人. So in terms of both Mandarin or or Cantonese kind of description of Fu Yin, usually it will bring about a lot of crying, a lot of sorrow, a lot of stress, a lot of challenges. And we can see that's the case, right, for Mr. Nicole Seah moving onward, right, after this year, 2023, since, right, as I mentioned, right, all these decade transition will take place few months earlier on. So, few months before 2024, which is right now we are at July 2023. And that's where this Fu Yin has already begun. And there's also a self-conflict relationship between this Wu Wu. Wu Wu is a 自行. In terms of Chinese, it's called 自行. Means you will do something out of your own. You will create some problems due to your own mistakes or negligence or your own foolishness. And fair enough, right? What actually exposed her her affair with her this boyfriend who is her colleague is really mainly due to a video that has been circulated online of both of them holding hands at the table at the restaurant. So this is something that really is due to her own kind of mistake or wrongdoing. Right, as a political figure and as a public figure, it is not very widely acceptable that if you have an affair, especially if you're married and have children. So another point we can observe from her birth chart is that there's a damaging relationship at the spouse domain due to the fact that Mao and Wu have a 相破，破坏，相破就是代表破坏的一种关系哦。So it is a kind of damaging relationship, and 毛武相破 will cause a damage in terms of her marriage. So all these are written right inside their Bazi birth chart. So is it really their mistake? Is it really they have committed something wrong? We are in no position to judge because we are all human beings and we all have different Bazi chart. If you are given certain Bazi chart that is, kind of predestined for you to make mistake, and if you can know this earlier on, then you will be able to make some preemptive measure to counter these mistakes. For example, in Nicole Seah's birth chart, if she understands Bazi and know that in the near future she will commit certain mistakes that will destroy both her political career and marriage, then she may actually exercise some restraint in this aspect to prevent the problems from deteriorating. Okay, so that is really the positive point about studying Bazi. And of course, her name is called Xu Xueling. Xu Xueling, within this Chinese name called Xu Xueling, Xue, it means slow, like slow, and slow is actually, made by water, right? When water is frozen, it becomes slow. This Wu fire is also clashing with her name due to the fact that there is Xue within her name. So her political career should be kind of over, to be honest, because looking forward, right, her destiny trends are not very positive. From 2023 to all the way to 2028, there will be this Wu fire. Given that she's already a weak day master of Jia Wu in a very hot chart because there are a lot of fire combination at the earthly branches, and also Wu Earth is a dry earth, Bing fire is a strong fire. There's not sufficient water element inside her birth chart. That's why I believe when she was born, someone has chosen the name Xu Xueling for her. Xue is actually snow. Snow is actually able to balance her Bazi chart kind of temperature. What we call in Chinese is called 调候。调候在八字里面是一个非常重要的一个概念，因为有些的八字非常的热，非常的燥热。当一个八字非常的燥热的时候，什么东西都会被烧萎。被烧萎以后，就等于你没有生命力了。 哦，就好像Nicole Seah 就是徐雪玲的八字，它是甲木日元，有一个木土，木土是个非常干燥的土，有一个丙火就是太阳的火，然后地支寅午戌化一个火局嘞，这个寅午戌化一个火局，所以它整个八字是非常干燥的，所以才说他出生的时候有人给他选这个名字叫做徐雪玲，这些都是我们学八字跟名字啊这些我们都容易看得出来。所以他以后的运也不是说很好。走到癸运的时候 ，when she entered into the 癸 destiny trend, right? 癸 and 木 will once again form a fire combination formation, and then followed by 巳. Su is having a conflicted relationship with yin, right? Yin 生巳form 一个寅申戌三刑寅申戌三刑. Therefore, her future, right, in the next 15 years will not be positive. Both in terms of political career or in terms of business, it will not be positive for her. But by the year 2039 onwards, she will enter into a more positive decade trends that will last, I will say, about 15 years of positive developments in life. So such is life. Sometimes you are born with positive charts. Sometimes you are born with a negative chart, and the point is to understand beforehand when is the downtrend in our life and try to prevent things from getting worse, and to understand when is the uptrend in our life so as to help us to do our best and to maximize our success. The next case I will talk about, of course, is Chuan-Jin. Chuan-Jin is the parliament speaker. Previously, because he has already resigned, and he was both accused of using unparliamentary language and also having extramarital affair with another of his colleague. You guys know who she is, but I don't have her birthday and time, so I can only do an analysis on Chuan-Jin. So Chuan-Jin likewise, he is also having a Mao Wu Shangpo, and this year, the year 2023, he's also having a Mao You clashes at the spouse domain. And that's also the reason why, alright, her extramarital affairs is exposed publicly, and then he was actually asked to resign by the leader of the ruling party. So all these phenomena, Bazi phenomena, is something that we as commoner can also take note of. Similar case as Nicole Seah, he's also having a Mao Wu Shangpo, Mao Wu damaging relationship. And all these damaging relationship will also bring about obstacles, right? As you can see from Nicole Seah's birth chart that I have opened earlier on, there's also a Mao You clashes. So so you can see, right? We can really predict our life clearly using all these Bazi relationship, right? In Nicole's chart is Mao Wu clashes, right? Both of them also have extramarital affair and also are being asked to leave, to resign from their political party. But I don't have Nicole Seah's boyfriend's the date of birth, right? I can only find Nicole Seah's date of birth, Mr. Shanmugam's date of birth, and Mr. Chuan-Jin's date of birth. So I cannot comment on other cases. And also one of the most prominent case hotly debated or hotly discussed case online is Mr. Iswaran's case. Due to the fact that he's still undergoing investigation by the CPIB, right, as a very ordinary and insignificant citizen of Singapore, we actually should not discuss any of the details involving the case, but you all can read all the news online. All right. So just to repeat once again, whatever I share today is just for political. Whatever I share today, all right. Let me repeat again. Doesn't contain any political implication. Doesn't have any political or jurisdictional implication. Whatever I'm sharing is all for educational purposes. Okay, so basically these are what I have touched on yesterday. So really, if you if you are interested, right, you can actually do a check, right, on like famous politicians, date and time of birth, and you will be able to discover a lot, both about their life and also about the future development of the country. Actually, I have recently also done analysis of the this move forward party in Thailand, the leader by the name of Pita. Why is it that he is going through a lot of obstacles in terms of his political career? You know, right? In Thailand, he's actually being voted as the next kind of next leader, the political leader. But due to the complicated situation in Thailand, right, he's not able to take that place. So I will talk about his chart perhaps in a future live video. So now I will just open the ground, all right, open the floor for any questions. Any questions from any viewers? How is my video quality today? I hope it's good. How is my video quality today? I hope it's better than yesterday. Right? Any questions from any viewers? Any questions from any viewers? I will be glad to answer. 所以呢，刚才就是说到我的那个另外一个sister page 了，和我一个 sister page， 那个 sister page 都是 retired Thai 了。你们喜欢去泰国旅行的话呢，就可以去看一下。好，这个 website 里面有我会一直 update 啦，因为我在泰国10多年了，我有太多的照片呢，还没有时间去 upload 去那个 website 那个 page 里面。可是我全部在泰国10多年的那些照片，就是去不同值得去的地方的那些照片哦，都 upload 去那个 Retire Thai 的那个 page 上面了。你们以后有空可以去看哦然后你们以后想来泰国也是可以去 visit 这些很漂亮的地方。因为我的不懂为什么 share 那个 tablet 我再看可不可以 share 一下给你们看一些照片反正我今天上来其实也是没有什么目的，只是想 test out 那个 internet connection 所以不如就给你们看一下我在泰国的照片或者甚至再去一些东南亚国家的照片好不好？可是真的好像 hang 了，我的那个 tablet hang 了。好了，如果反正今天就不能够 share 那个 tablet， 我在下一次再跟大家 share 咯，好不好？如果大家没有什么 comment 的话，没有什么问题的话呢，我就今天就说到这里咯所以呢，真的如果呢你们希望以后他去泰国嘛，需要什么资料也是可以问我，好不好？那我今天就说到这里咯，希望你们喜欢我的分享。如果喜欢我的分享，也请把我的那个 share 出去。然后呢，祝大家有一个美好的晚上啦，拜拜。